So after my last video, in which I came down hard on the Buhari Osinbajo government for their plans to sell Nigeria's refineries, I was asked how my government will be different. And that's what I'm going to break down right now. I pointed out in that video, the acting president Osinbajo made a false claim that governments could not run refineries. This is pure baloney. Our administrators lie to push their agenda. I'm currently circulating 3 examples that prove that what Osinbajo was actually saying was that his government cannot run the refineries, not that governments globally don't run refineries. Check out the difference. They lie. In the headlines this May, Saudi Arabia's largest state-owned oil company, Aramco, just acquired 100% control of America's largest oil refinery in Texas. So if you are saying governments do not run refineries, how come Saudi Arabia is not only running their refineries in the kingdom, but is coming to America and taking over America's largest refinery? So that's the first instance. The second example that I'm circulating right now is that of Russia. Russia's Rosneft, which is the largest extraction and refinement company, is majority Russia government owned. That company is the 51st largest company in the entire world. But then you have our people trying to fool the masses that governments cannot run refineries. Third example I'm circulating is that of China, PetroChina. Government CNPC, which is Chinese government owned company, CNPC. It diversifies. So PetroChina was created to hold refining oil and other things like that. And CNPC owns 86% shares, majority shares in PetroChina, making CNPC the major stockholder in Chinese oil refineries. What's the ranking of CNPC in the world? Fortune 500 global companies, CNPC is ranked number 3. This is how successful these governments are, not only running their refineries, but they are so successful that these are like major sources of income. These are the major companies in these countries. So what happens is the governments lie to promote their agenda and excuse their incompetence. Only monkeys cannot run refineries. By accepting that Osinbajo and Buhari and Ibe Kachiku cannot run the refineries, what they are trying to tell us is we are monkeys. Because Chinese are running them, Arab are running them, Russians are running them. In fact, who's going to run it when you sell it? Is it not human beings like you? So the leaders, are accepting that they are monkeys. That's why they are unable to run it. That's what they are trying to say. But what's most important is, I'm going to break down the reason why they are having a problem running these refineries. Become retards overnight. That's not what happened. What has changed is the rise of the Cabal, Nigeria PLC, the saboteurs, Goliath. These are the people who have made it impossible for us to do basic things. So there have been 3 government Cabal conspiracies that have kept our refineries down. The first is the fuel subsidy, that fake fuel subsidy era. These Cabal were making a killing off of fuel subsidy, so they make sure our refineries do not work. The second conspiracy is building refineries. When you have people like Dangote who are building refineries, Dangote hates competition. So all they do is they make sure they kill competition. So that's what's happening now. As long as if the refineries are not working, stock and shares in Dangote's company goes up to the ceiling. And we see the way Dangote works with the government pampers Dangote. Forex, Dangote was given Forex at what subsidized price. A Reuters article said that over 3 months examined, Dangote made $100 million gift from Nigerian government in subsidized Forex, while the rest of us were buying it at this black market rate. Dangote was being subsidized at low rates and made $100 million in just 3 months they examined. So within a year, Buhari government dashed Dangote $500 million. This is the way they give him tax cuts, duty-free, and this is the way they want to promote his company. So long as Ibe Kachiku makes sure our refinery is not working, his stock goes up. And that leads us to the third one. The third reason why our refineries do not work is because these people have always tried to buy these refineries. They are hawks. So they've always been interested in purchasing these refineries. As long as the refineries do not work, if Nigerians are like, sell it to them, the refinery doesn't work. Remember, Dangote bought the refinery back then. Yaradua of esteemed memory, not a joker. He's not a joker like Buhari and Osinbajo. Yaradua overturned the sale. All that time was this BP, Rufai selling, gifting things to each other. They were just gifting our properties to each other at cheap rates, just throwing it out. Yaradua overturned that sale to them. Dangote took back our refineries. So their eyes are on those refineries, and this is the third reason why the people, the cabal that they work with, the government and this cabal will never let the refineries work, so that we'll be like, just sell it to them, let them run it properly. The refineries, they keep investing money in fixing them and making them so much better, just to dash it to the cabal. So these are the things that happen. These are the reasons why our refineries will not work. So when we youth take over power by God's grace 2019, we will run those refineries. Because as my campaign slogan says, we must kill Goliath. This is the primary thing we have to do for Nigeria to move forward. We must kill Goliath. We must drive Nigeria PLC to jail or self-exile. No one can destroy the cabal as I will. And this is the only way to move Nigeria forward. As long as the cabal rule and sponsor both parties, PDP, APC, the same cabal. You see Dangote making donation to both sides. As long as this cabal, they rule, Nigeria cannot move forward. And that's why the primary objective we have to do as a nation is rally to make sure that by 2019, we run them out of the yard. Now, finally, on the rare impossibility that I cannot run the refineries, it may happen. I'm not a monkey. Only monkeys cannot run the refineries. By accepting that they are not running them, they are monkeys. Now, I'm not a monkey. But just assuming I cannot run the refineries, I'm going to set up a public company. Not like Transcorp, the one that the Obasanjo used to dash Elumelu all our assets, where Elumelu is majority stock owner. No, I'm talking of a condition where there will be a limit, a cap on how much shares you can buy. So let's imagine 1 million Nigerians buy 20,000 naira shares each. That's 20 billion naira. This is the company that we are going to sell. Minority, we are going to make sure Nigerian government still holds majority of the refinery, majority shares of the refinery. We're still going to have control like UAE. UAE makes sure that their assets, they have majority control in all their assets. And you can look at one of my articles I wrote on this UAE utopia in the desert. Etisalat, Emirates, their refineries, they privatize a little bit, but they make sure they own majority. And they run all these things. They run these airlines. These are human beings. So these monkeys, they should clear road and let human beings enter. So the way, like America's privatization idea, now that's what we are going to do. If at all we cannot run it. In the American case, a lot of people think the cabal own big oil. It's a lie. Cabal own only 3% of big oil. American households own the majority because it's made in a way where everybody's retirement income, pensions, 59 million households own the shares, own majority of the stock of big oil.
This is how things work. That's the story of the French Revolution. Anytime you see that placard with "Soon the poor will have nothing else to eat but the rich," that came from the French Revolution, and that's because once you have a cabal that is too strong, you have chaos, you have anarchy. It's the same story you have with United States robber barons when they were too strong and the trade unions fought to break it up. We can prevent anarchy.
Follow me on Twitter at everynigerian. Follow my campaign, advancednigerian.com. Mobilize. This is a revolution. 2019, we must exterminate Nigeria PLC. To move Nigeria forward, Nigeria PLC must be thrown out. I'm Dr. Perry Bremer, and thank you for listening to me.